Okay, so you run a small agency, and suddenly, your clients are banging down your door for more video. Sounds amazing, right? Well, here's the thing, it can actually turn into a total nightmare. Today, we're talking about the agency trap, that crazy moment when success itself creates a problem that could sink your entire business. Let's dive in.
And this leads us to the big question, the one everyone asks. Your clients want more video, so do you just hire someone? It feels like the right move, the obvious move, but I'm going to tell you why that simple solution can be one of the most expensive mistakes you'll ever make.
All right, let's kick things off with section 1, the video demand trap. Because let's be real, the game has totally changed. Video is not optional anymore. It's not a nice to have. You've got platforms like Meta and TikTok that are all about motion. Marketers are talking about static fatigue, where plain old images just get ignored. So yeah, video is now a must-have.
And this is where we see a huge disconnect. So many agencies get trapped in what you could call production theater. They're focused on the 4K cameras, the expensive lighting, the big on-site shoots. But here's the secret. Your clients, they don't care about any of that. They want results. They want a lower customer acquisition cost, a higher return on ad spend. At the end of the day, they just want ads that actually convert.
Which brings us right to our second section. And this is really the heart of the trap, the hidden in-house costs. That decision to just hire someone feels like you're solving the problem, right? But what you don't see is this hidden tax, this weight that can absolutely crush your agency's finances and your ability to be nimble. So let's really break this down. First up, inconsistent availability. You hire one person, what happens when 3 clients all need ads at the exact same time? Boom, you've got a massive bottleneck. Then there are the revision cycles. Oh man, we've all been there, right? That endless back and forth of just one more little tweak that just eats and eats and eats away at your profit margin until you're actually losing money on the project. And finally, and this is a big one, slower iteration. Your in-house person might see video as art, something to be perfected. But in the world of paid ads, speed is everything. It's about testing and learning, not creating a single masterpiece. Okay, so if hiring isn't the magic bullet, then what is? Well, that's what Section 3 is all about. It's this pivot to what we're calling strategy over execution. It's a simple but powerful idea. You need to separate the thinking from the doing. And let me tell you, this single shift is what unlocks genuine, scalable growth for your agency. I mean, think about it. This quote really says it all. Winning as an agency isn't about being the best at Adobe Premiere. It's about strategy. Your real value, the reason clients hire you, is your brain. It's the big idea, the deep understanding of their customer, the killer messaging. That's the high-value stuff.
Let's put it even more simply. Your value is knowing what to say and who to say it to. The actual task of moving pixels on a screen, honestly, that's becoming a commodity. The magic isn't in the fancy transition. It's in the strategy that told you why that transition was needed in the first place.
All right, moving on to Section 4, let's talk about outsourcing without losing control. I get it, the word outsourcing can sound scary, especially for creative work. It feels like you're just handing over the reins, but it absolutely doesn't have to be that way. There's a practical model for delegating the labor while you hold on tight to the strategy. And a huge piece of making this work is focusing on the right kind of video. We're not talking about big, cinematic 30-second brand films here. No. The real workhorse for performance marketing today is the short, punchy 8-second video. Why? Well, for one, it's built for testing. You can try out a ton of different hooks and angles without breaking the bank. You get way faster turnarounds. And it forces you to be crystal clear. With only 8 seconds, there's literally no room for fluff. You have to get straight to the point. So here's how you can picture that division of labor. Look at what the agency, that's you, keeps. You keep the valuable stuff, the strategy, the big idea, the core messaging, the client relationship, and owning the performance. You're the captain of the ship. And what gets outsourced? The labor, the execution, moving assets around, creating motion design, formatting for different platforms, and even cranking out V2s and V3s. It's simple. You keep the brain and you delegate the hands. And I really want to drive this point home. This isn't about giving work away. It's not about losing control. It's a smart, strategic business decision to protect your 2 most important assets, your profit margin and your speed. Now, for our last section, let's take this whole idea and kick it up a notch. The really smart, really profitable agencies are taking this outsourcing model and evolving it into something even better. the productized creative model. This is the secret to turning what can be a chaotic service into a smooth, scalable, and profitable machine.
And the advantages here are just huge. First, you get a predictable scope. No more projects that drag on forever. You know exactly what you're getting. Second, flat pricing. You can bake the costs right into your client retainers and know with 100% certainty what your margin is. And maybe my favorite part, no call workflows. Imagine, communication happens through a clear, simple brief, not another soul-crushing hour-long meeting.
Think about what this means for growth. Scaling up doesn't mean you have to go through a painful 3-month hiring process. With a productized partner, it's just a decision. You could literally double your video output tomorrow without posting a single job on LinkedIn. It's incredible.
So what does this all boil down to? It's a concept I like to call the art of selective ownership. It's about being really, really smart, almost ruthless, about what you choose to own. The agencies that are winning today are the ones that focus all their energy on what truly drives value, and they are masters at delegating everything else.
And that leaves me with one final question for you to think about for your own business. I want you to take a really hard look at your workflow. Ask yourself, what is the high-value strategy in what I do? The stuff that only I or my core team can provide. And then what's just execution? What's just moving the pixels around? Because that's the stuff you could and probably should delegate to protect your time, your margin, and honestly, your sanity. Answering that question, that just might be the key to your next big breakthrough.